What is good, YouTube? Is D4P back with another video for you guys. I'm back. Yo, today we are reacting to Black Men Are Going Broke. Apparently, we're going broke. Yo, if I'm being real, everybody has been going broke. Black men are going broke, and here is why. You guys, let's get into the video.
Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Our lifestyle is not predicated on money that I make right now, because that's active income. If I no longer have that active income, what happens to my lifestyle? It goes away. That's the reason why I keep telling y'all, man, building wealth is so important so that you don't.
Also, please, if you're watching this video, subscribe. That's one. Like the video, drop a comment. I don't really care. Let me just say this before we even get too deep into this, what this guy's opinion is. If you are in your 20s right now, do not feel bad about, financial hardship or anything like that. If you have friends that look like they're living their best life and doing all of that, have in mind that some people have rich parents. Some people have rich parents. There's nothing you can do about that. Some people are born lucky. Two, some people, have good jobs. But also have in mind that a lot of people do not have good jobs, even people that are older. And three, this guy's advice, this is coming from an older guy. Do not listen to older people. They lived in a different generation. Do not. So before we get too deep into this video, please keep that in mind and do not compare yourself to anybody. You're on your own path.
Have to have your lifestyle dependent upon your active income. Even if I didn't have any active income, I have assets that generate income, which is passive income. So my lifestyle, it doesn't disappear. My lifestyle stays pretty much the same, because even without the active income, I got passive income through my assets, because my assets generate income.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Income. That's where you want to be, guys. When I see black folks who are making money, doing things with their money that does not build wealth, it concerns me. And that's what I see a lot.
And listen, let me tell you why, we are doing this. We do this because, bro, it has gotten to the point where, it's impossible to buy a house. At least in Canada, where I live. In Nigeria, it's people aren't getting jobs. Even older people cannot find jobs. If you leave your job today, you might not be able to find a job tomorrow. It's a different time that we're living in. I used to be one of those guys that used to be like, yeah, I'm going to take the advice, I'm going to invest, I'm going to do blah 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 blah. But there's a lot of people, and yes, I do invest my money 100%. I invest a certain amount every month. But there's some people that literally cannot afford to invest. Some people can't. Like right now, some people are torn between investing for their future or putting food down on the table for themselves or for their kids. Ugh.
I see a lot of us making this money, whether it be in entertainment, whether it be in athletics, whether it be as a social media influencer, whether it be as a business owner. We're making this money, but we're spending it on things that don't generate no money. So when that active income gets taken away from us, we have a bunch of things, but none of those things create passive income. And that's what I see over and over and over as I'm on social media. I see black folks making money, a lot of money, and they're spending most of that money on things that will not take care of them if that active income that they're currently making.
To be fair, also, if you're one of those people on social media, yeah, and you make a shit ton of money, like right now, this advice is more for you. It definitely is more for you. As of right now, I make a couple of cents off social media. This advice is not for me, you know. But mind you, if you're watching this video, chances are you don't even make videos. So like, listen, this advice is not for you, bro. This advice is not for you at all.
It's taken away. And that's concerning. This big time YouTuber is black and relatively young, probably about 35 years old, something in that area. I mean, huge, 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 huge. Lived a great lifestyle because I followed it for a couple of years. And all of a sudden now he's in financial trouble. And I'm thinking to myself, how in the world you got almost 10 million subscribers? You're making $200,000-$300,000 a month.
Okay, you see, this advice isn't for you, bro. This advice is not for you. If you're one of those people that make a shit ton of money, then yeah, I don't know how people make, like, if you make $5,000 a month after taxes, I don't know how you're broke. I don't know how you're broke. If you make 5 grand, 4 grand, okay, maybe not 4 grand. If you make 5 grand after taxes, I have no idea how you're broke. You need to do something about that. That's insane to me. No savings, no investments. After making 5K, I don't know what to say, bro.
Prime and when things are really clocking, you're making $200,000 to $300,000 a month just on YouTube, and now all of a sudden, it's gone. Why wouldn't you simply just take half of it and put it in real estate for income? Take half of it and put it in big boy blue chip paper assets that will grow over time. Why not just do that? This is the thing I don't quite understand. Why wouldn't you just do that? But a lot of us don't. Hey, look at athletes. They make $5, $6, $7, $8, $10 million in their playing days. Within 5 years, statistics say for athletes, black athletes, whether it be basketball or football, within 5 years of retiring, they're broke. Why is that? Why do a lot of our entertainers, why are they broke? They run into financial difficulties. Not all of us, but a lot of us are. And y'all know I ain't lying now. A lot of us are. Why?
What if you could taste the movies?
We turned that idea into an $11.3 million business with
lack of financial literacy, lack of taking this money and putting it in assets that actually generate passive income. This money that I make and I put into the stock market, I put it into real estate, like this piece of property right here that I got now. Even though this is not a rental property, this is my primary residence, but I'm still in an area where it's desirable for people to live. So this piece of real estate right here in 5 years will be 25 or 30% more valuable than when I bought it, because I'm in a desirable location. So I put money in real estate, even though I'm not generating income from it. I put money in this real estate because I know it's a good place I can place it, and it will appreciate in time without me doing anything. I also, like I said, I put money in paper assets. And the reason I do that is because it multiplies itself while I sleep through compounding.
Okay, to be fair, let me be real. A lot of people don't learn about like investing and all these things. A lot of people are honestly not taught. They don't teach this in university, bro. They don't they don't teach you these things. In terms of making money on YouTube, I'm telling you that like YouTube is like, how do I put this, bro? YouTube is not taught in school. The main reason why I know about YouTube is because I watch YouTube. So I put 1 and 2 together and I'm like, oh, why do these guys always post YouTube videos? Oh, they make money from it. Let me do the exact same thing. You feel me? Investing is not really taught in school. People don't know what an ETF is. People don't know what a stock is. The only thing on people's minds is, okay, I'm gonna buy a house. People don't know how to buy a house. People don't know, so when you start making money on YouTube and stuff like that, I don't blame people, because it's one thing to make money and it's another thing to multiply the money and keep the money and have the money grow. anybody can make money, but not everybody knows how to, keep money, stack money.
The stock market. See, as these companies that I put this money in, like NVIDIA, as I put money in NVIDIA, and that company continues to do well, they increase their revenues, therefore they increase their profits, their stock price goes up. So every time their stock price goes up, above and beyond what I paid for my stock, that's value. Plus they pay a dividend quarterly. But I reinvest that dividend to compound more. So 10 years from now, I do that every single month, every single year for 10 years. I keep buying this stock and it keeps growing in value. In 10 years, it'll be, in my opinion, a nice chunk of change that I can then take and do what with it? Get income from it. Right? I go put it in a U.S. Treasury bond and get a 3 or 4% yield. I go put it in high yield laddered CDs and get a nice little yield. I could put it in a piece of real estate that I own free and clear, like an apartment building that'll pay me rent every month, where I don't have to do anything. See, that's not active income, guys. That's passive income. So my recommendation to these folks, man, is take your active income when you're making all this money. Think about the future. Think about when you're not making that money anymore. What are you going to do then?
He's not wrong.
What are you going to do when you're not making that money anymore? How you going to take care of yourself? I'm looking at this YouTuber, man. He ain't looking real good right now. And then he got his buddies picking at him. And that's another thing, guys. That's another thing. And again, man, I ain't getting into folk business. I'm just saying it's just interesting to me when he was in his heyday, all these other YouTubers wanted to be on his platform and because he had so many subscribers and he allowed them to, and now he's doing bad and they're doing good. It's just sad, man. But he could have avoided all of that. All he had to do was take that money that he was earning and do what with it? Put some of it in investments, man. Now, it's $200,000-$300,000 a month you making. You should have been taking half of that money and putting it in things that will multiply it for you and create passive income. So when this YouTube thing turns on you, which it will, we all know it does, then you got something to fall back on. There's so much wealth out here, but we got to be willing to sacrifice something right now in order to get to it. And that's one of the problems with us, man. We don't want to sacrifice a lot. We want instant gratification right now. And it ain't just us, it's everybody. But unfortunately, when you look at the statistics, which I do, we at the bottom of the totem pole, man. We control 3% of the wealth in this country, guys. It's a nothing burger. We control nothing. But yet and still, we spend the most. We spend the most.
Yeah, I know, bro. Black culture is something else. Black culture is like, we're so into flexing, but we're not into building real wealth. There was this one time I was talking to a girl, this was last summer. We went out on a date and I told her that, like, I don't know what happened, but we started talking about finances and I was like, yo, like right now I'm saving to invest money into my business, my business being my food business, YouTube, things like I just needed a good chunk of change just to, to invest. So I was saving money. And she told me that I sounded misogynistic. She said I sounded like Andrew Tate because I was talking about saving money. You see, like, it's things like that that have me realize that, like, being a black person sometimes, this guy's talking about the States, I'm Nigerian, like, just in general, like, we're just so into flexing, bro, and it's insane. It's quite insane. But yeah, she told me that I sounded like Andrew Tate. She said that, like, oh, you sound like Andrew Tate. Like, why are you talking about investing? Blah, blah, blah. This actually happened. I kid you not.
In 2024, we'll spend about $2 trillion, guys. We'll spend almost $2 trillion. But yet and still, we control 3% of the wealth. We make a lot of money, but we don't keep any of it. We spend it on things that don't build wealth. That's why we only have 3% of the wealth. And 97% of the wealth is somebody else owning it, right? So all I'm telling you is if you want to change that, you gotta change it. We gotta change it. So let's get started. Let's do that now. Let's not worry about next week. Let's worry about right now. What can I do today to change it? What can I do right now to change my financial situation? What can I do right now? First thing you got to do is put on your logical thinking cap. Turn off your emotional thinking cap. I'm talking about your brain. That side of your brain that's emotional, turn it off for a bit. And then turn on that side of your brain that's logical. See, that's the money-making side. That emotional side is the spending side. Once you turn that logical part of your brain on, then you got to say to yourself, okay, how do I build wealth? Okay, this is how I build wealth. I take my income that I'm making right now, and I got to put it in something. I got to put it in something that's going to grow it while I'm sleeping. I don't want to have nothing to do. I need to be able to put it in something and do that month in and month out, year in and year out, without me doing anything, and it'll grow on its own. How do you do that? Well, I use paper assets to do that. That's why that Moo brokerage account is so important. That's what I use to buy paper assets like NVIDIA, the Magnificent Seven, SPLG, FTEC. These are ETFs that I use, guys, to multiply my money while I sleep. And I've done that very successfully over 30 years. I also, like I told you, I buy real estate like this house right here.
Also, like, mind you, it takes time. It takes time. People, like, the time that it takes to become wealthy, like actually wealthy, it might not take you time to become rich, but to become wealthy, that shit takes time, bro. You don't become wealthy like overnight. It takes a minute. It really does. Just like this YouTube thing. It takes a minute.
Did you start the
Beautiful house right here. Now, this ain't real estate for income. This is my primary residence. But guess what? I bought it in a great location where people have a desire to live. So in 5 years, it'll be a lot more than what I paid for it. That's a good place for me to park money. It's also a good place for me to park money when I'm buying real estate that I actually do put a tenant in, which I've done that for 25 years too. Right? Build a lot of wealth buying single family homes and putting tenants in them. You can do the same, guys. You can put it in a business and multiply it, right? You can scale that business so that you can duplicate your efforts through people that you hire. And they will be able to continue to run that business for you, and you can generate income from a business you started that you no longer work in. Or you could scale the business and sell it to someone else.
Okay, guys, so I already know where this conversation is going. But listen, listen. Like, he's not entirely wrong. If you're not making that much money right now, try your best to, get your income up. Very important. I cannot even lie. But if you make a shit ton of money right now and you're not doing your best to invest, do all those good things, my brother, my sister, whoever you are watching this video, please do not be a dickhead. Don't be a dickhead. Do not be a dickhead. Do what it is that you have to do. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. I'm gonna get back with you guys later.